So that I hope that in the future the hard work from colleagues and researchers make it to the clinic, so that the translation process is ongoing, so that the patient can benefit from all the research that is done.
The Foundation Fighting Blindness and Fighting Blindness Ireland's greatest hope for vision in the future is to be able to tell anybody who comes in, a parent, a spouse, who has a newly diagnosed individual, yes, you have a retinal degeneration, but you don't have to worry about it. You will not go blind. We have a treatment for it. It's no problem. That is the goal for all of us in the United States, in Ireland, and across the world.
So my greatest hope for the future of vision research would be the development of new and better therapies for patients with blindness. So this would be, I work in study vascular eye disease. So these are diseases like age-related macular degeneration and diabetic retinopathy. And what we hope for patients with these disorders is that we can develop new therapies which maybe are delivered in a much more patient-friendly format. So something like taking a tablet or maybe having an eye drop as opposed to having to have an injection into their eye. We also hope that, and this would also benefit the patient because it would probably be a cheaper therapy, so benefit the patient and the taxpayer, and also the clinicians as well. They wouldn't have to be constantly giving injections into the eye. And also one of the things that we want is that we'll be able to develop new therapies. There's a large amount of patients in this cohort that don't respond to the therapies, or they plateau on the therapies, and it would be nice to be able to develop new therapies which then they could would treat all of the patients rather than just a smaller number.
So as a researcher in retinal vision research, my greatest hope for the future direction of the area that I'm involved in is that the findings that we're discovering in the lab will rapidly translate to meaningful therapies. What I do foresee is that we can rapidly make decisions on whether or not to pursue novel drug targets that we find in the lab, and to do that rapidly as well.
Well, my greatest personal hope for vision research is that I'll be still working when we're doing the first human clinical trial resulting from the work that I've been doing for the past 25 years. All started off by fighting blindness.
Well, I'd actually like to see a point in time in the not too distant future where we're moving from a position of hope. I think there's great hope at the moment around new technologies, both invasive but also assistive, to a position where patients have certainty. They have certainty, predictability and choice, i.e. they have empowerment over the decisions of which options are best for them, best suited for their circumstances, their ages and their particular personal environments as well.
The greatest hope is I would love to see the optogenetics develop into human trials, and I can't wait to see the results of this therapy being developed for treating and restoring vision in patients with inherited retinal degeneration.
My greatest hope is there is no more vision research, because vision research means that you're trying to figure out how the visual system works, and hopefully we'll get to the point where we know how it works, and then also we hope that fighting blindness goes out of business, because that means that we've cured all the blinding diseases and we know what's the problem with those diseases. So we hope that there's no more meetings like this in the future.
So I think the research that's gone on to date, leading to the clinical trials that are going on now, suggests we're entering an era of gene and genetic therapies for inherited retinal degenerative disorders. And I really hope that that precedes broad use of these disorders. So my greatest hope is that we have broad application of gene and genetic therapies to treat inherited retinal diseases and restore and preserve vision for patients with these disorders.